Developed after 40 years of research and exclusively for LifeVantage, Protandim is a true scientific breakthrough in anti-aging. Protandim has been reported on ABC, NBC, and PBS, featured in the Wall Street Journal, and described in CNN Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta's book, Chasing Life, The Quest for Immortality. Protandim's creator, Dr. Joe McCord, is a world-renowned scientist and a pioneer in free radical biology. Dr. McCord is the discoverer of the key anti-aging enzyme superoxide dismutase. His role in the discovery is so significant, the enzyme is measured in McCord units.
So it's very exciting, and it's really quite an honor at this time to be working with a doctor like Dr. McCord. You know, the information that he has put out is published in some of the most well-respected, scrutinized, peer-reviewed literature, like, for example, Free Radical Biology and Medicine, an incredibly powerful journal. But these articles and these studies that he has published really make it clear that this is very, very powerful chemistry.
For Dr. McCord's discovery of superoxide dismutase and his contributions in free radical biology, he was awarded the Elliott Cresson Medal. This medal is awarded to distinguished inventors and scientists, putting Dr. McCord in the same company as Pierre and Marie Curie, Alexander Graham Bell, Orville Wright, and Henry Ford. Dr. Joe McCord has devoted his life's work to the study of free radicals, their role in aging, and the many problems associated with aging.
Our bodies are producing hundreds of millions of free radicals at any given time. And the notion that we're going to put out that fire or quench that number of free radicals with a single capsule of, for example, vitamin E or vitamin C, really, when you think about it, doesn't make much sense. Rather, the approach is to turn on the genes to make huge numbers of copies of antioxidant chemicals in our body. Things like catalase and superoxide dismutase and glutathione.
Consumers spend billions every year on antioxidants in the form of food and supplements, hoping to reduce these free radicals. But antioxidants from these sources can only eliminate one free radical for every one antioxidant molecule you consume. Protandim is scientifically proven to slow cellular damage caused by free radicals. Taking one Protandim 1 time per day for 30 days turns on these anti-aging enzymes in your body. Your own enzymes eliminate free radicals at a rate of 1 million to 1.
I think any other supplements that are designed to be antioxidant supplements probably are no longer needed, because Protandim solves that problem in a much more effective way.
Protandim is a breakthrough poised to revolutionize the anti-aging industry. It is an entirely new and scientifically validated way to fight aging, reducing your oxidative stress levels to that of a 20-year-old after just 30 days.
So the danger of these free radicals when they're produced as a normal part of our physiology is they induce what is called oxidative stress. And we can consider oxidative stress to be essentially rusting of the human body. And it's not just the parts, but we actually damage our DNA. The very genes that make us who we are to some degree are damaged by the process of oxidative stress, meaning that we can't heal properly and our bodies are more prone to aging.
We found, as many other scientists had documented, that there is a progressive increase in T-bars in your blood the older you get. When these same people took Protandim for 30 days, the age-dependent increase in lipid peroxidation was completely eliminated. After Protandim, we could no longer distinguish the 80-year-old from the 20-year-old.
Protandim is protected by 3 U.S. patents. Universities around the world continue to initiate and fund their own studies of Protandim and to evaluate how this anti-aging breakthrough can prevent and improve many of the hundreds of problems associated with aging.
Many academic scientists at a number of universities have begun studying Protandim because it represents a new tool. It represents a way of reducing oxidative stress that wasn't available before. There simply was not a good way of doing what Protandim does. Protandim interacts with the DNA in your cells and causes the cells to make more of a set of genes called survival genes. The immediate benefits of Protandim are within several days, the biochemical markers of oxidative stress begin to decrease. And while these are immediate improvements, you may not sense that these things are happening, just as you can't sense what your cholesterol level is if it's high or low. But nonetheless, these benefits start happening within days of taking Protandim. The advantages to taking Protandim in the long term are that it protects your body from the relentless progression of free radical damage as we age. The anti-aging aspect of Protandim is one that accumulates over time, so the longer you take it, the more protection you will sustain. Missing a dose of Protandim is not a big problem. It takes about 2 weeks for the effects to go away. So if you miss it for 2 weeks, you're pretty much back to where you started from. Protandim doesn't interfere with other supplements. If you have a desire to supplement vitamins and minerals, you certainly can continue to do that. Most people in America get a diet that is vitamin replete, meaning you have all the vitamins you need. So vitamin supplementation is generally not required.
We've got to have the hard science behind products that we recommend. And unfortunately, there are a lot of products out on the market today that do not have the science that they need. Protandim has the science that you can depend on.
As you can see here, we start off in the lab. At LifeVantage, we take quality seriously. Long before any production of Protandim begins, there are numerous quality control tests that are performed to ensure that our distributors have the highest quality product in their hands. Some of these tests include normal microbiological tests, such as E. coli, staph, yeast, mold, and a myriad of others. They also include tests for heavy metals, such as arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury. This all takes place well before we even begin to blend raw materials for production. After production, the finished tablets go through the same rigorous tests as the raw materials. After tablets pass the micro labs, we then perform such tests as friability and disintegration, as you see here. After all lab work is done, we begin preparations for production. We start off with the batching and weighing process. Each raw material is weighed and measured to our proprietary patented formula. Along the way, there are several checks in place to ensure accuracy. Once everything has been checked and double-checked, the blending process begins. Our weighed and measured raw materials are now loaded into a V-blender and mixed for about 30 to 45 minutes until all raw materials have been blended thoroughly. This ensures that each tablet will contain the exact amount of active ingredients as dictated by our proprietary and patented formula. Only then will we load raw materials into our tablet press. As we begin our tableting process, you can see here we load our pre-blend into the hopper. The Protandim pre-blend then flows into the tablet dice, and the tablets are pressed at about a rate of 90,000 tablets per hour. This process has no added heat. The only heat that is produced is from the friction of the tableting process, that there is no degradation of any active ingredients. After the tableting process is completed, bulk tablets are brought to the bottling line. And here in all its glory is the LifeVantage bottling line ready to bottle and package your Protandim. It's quite impressive seeing it here ready for production. Just so you're aware, for filming purposes, we slowed the line down to about 3,000 bottles per hour. This line can actually produce Protandim at a rate of more than 6,000 bottles per hour. I always get asked if we doubled or tripled the size of our company, could we keep up with demand? At 6,000 bottles an hour running a single shift 5 days per week, we could produce over 1 million bottles of Protandim in a month. Keep in mind that's one single shift on a single bottling line. We could add a second or third shift and multiple bottling lines. That tells you we are ready for any type of growth. As you can see here, we begin preparations for production. Bulk tablets, bottles, and caps are loaded into their respective hoppers and this is where the fun begins. Tablets begin to fill empty bottles and start rolling down the bottling line. Along the journey of becoming a Protandem bottle, there are several stages. Here we see the cotton being inserted to each bottle. As you can see along the way, there are several laser eyes that ensure each bottle gets what it needs before moving on, always keeping quality as number one. Here we see caps enclosing each bottle of our patented Nerf 2 activator, Protandem. As we continue down the line, bottles start to become more like what you see when it arrives at your doorstep as the label is applied. The next step of the process is the induction seal that ensures the freshness and quality of Protandem. This is where the inner tamper evidence seal is applied to each and every bottle. After bottling, the finished product is then packed out and sent into the warehouse. There it awaits until it passes further quality assurance checks such as identity, potency, and further microbiological tests. Once all final quality assurance tests are completed and passed, the finished Protandem is released for distribution. And there you have it, from raw material to a finished bottle of Protandem. It's the simple little yellow pill.